How's everybody doing? It's Junior with DLT transmission. We're about to start the assembly on the 62.2E. We're going to start by the assembly on the low clutch retainer. Before we get started, I want to show you what we're going to install in this unit. We're going to install a clutch pack and a paper and rubber. Everything you see on this table must be going into the transmission. Something left on the table means you ain't building right. What we're gonna do is drop in the sprag. You just gotta make sure that your square lines up exactly with this pin here so it's able to fall in. On these, you really wanna mark how your sprag goes, which direction it faces, so you're not putting the sprag in backwards and it binds. But on this unit, you don't really have to worry about that because there's no way you can put it in backwards. And there it goes. Make sure you look for this tab and line this tab up with the centering on the sprag. Make sure your sprag locks up. Now what we're gonna do is install our frictions and our stills. Check your clearance. Always got to check your clearance. Make sure we're on level. Your clearance. See how it's right on level. Make sure you're good. Then you install the big snap ring. Got your bearing. A little bit of lube. Basic around. That's the assembly of this drum. We'll pause it, but we'll be back with the next drum that sits on top of it. We're back. Now we're gonna install, we already did the assembly of the direct drum. What we're gonna do is sit it on top of the low clutch retainer. Just like this, sit it in there. Oh, hold on. Since we had a little niche on it, what I wanna do is make sure my O-rings didn't move on me. It was just a little bite to it. I didn't like it. Looks like we're good. This on there. There you go. Just like that. Make sure it locks. Not locking, it's not good. Then we're gonna start one-sided clutches, meaning we have stills on one side, clutches on the other side. We'll start with the stars. Almost forgot. We wanna install our clutch hub retainer. The reason for that, because if we don't install this first, you have the little bearing too. You're gonna have a hard time installing it after because the clutch is going there, you know? So, it's in here like that, just like that. Then you go stacking your clutches. Round. If you don't end up with a round one on top, you messed up something. If you didn't end up with the round friction on top, something went wrong. What now we're gonna do is install this. This still goes on top, and it has a bezel in that goes in there. But before that, what we do is install our needle bearing, because then we are gonna have a hard time. This is a needle bearing. I found it. All right. Anyways, needle bearing goes first. That way, when you put this on, you don't have a hard time trying to put the needle bearing on after. Then we put our snap ring on. There you go. Don't forget your bearing now. Uh-oh. Gotta come back out with this. Take this back out. I want you to put on there, nobody's perfect. Even I mess up. See, look. Boom. Don't forget your bearing, boy. You bet that bearing up, boy. You're gonna be in some trouble. Now we put this on. Check your levels. Make sure your level's right. Make sure your bearing's right. Hold on. Now I'm second guessing myself, bro. Nah, cause the tab, you see these little tabs? These tabs are the seat. So yeah, it goes facing down, tab right on here. Just like that. Good buddy. Rolling like a big shot. Make sure she spins. Nothing's binding. Good. Oh yeah. See that needle bearing? That's why we put it in first. People been sitting here struggling trying to put that in. Look at that. Bam. Drop it in real quick. Bam. Just like that. Just to make sure. Boom. Just like that. Make sure you're right. Three-headed monster. All this held by this three-headed monster. See how big this thing is? You think it's actually gonna go bad? What I like to do is press it in a little bit, not too much because you'll snap it. Just push it in so it gets the tension, or replace a new, whatever you want to prefer. I take them out, they're pretty good still, so I run it. We're gonna install this input shaft over here in the case. There you go. If you forget this, bro, you're gonna be in some trouble. But anyway, don't ever forget to put this in. A lot of times it falls out of the middle here, and this is where it sits. It's in there. Just push it in just like that. Walk over here. Well, you could lube this up a little bit. I really don't. Just let it fall in, but be careful with your hands, you know. This is the way to do it. Just like that. Get a little spin. That's it. Bam. Next drum, the way I like to do it so I don't have a hard time, is I sit here on the side. Here just like this. I like to put it under here just like this. Holds my case up. Drum assembly. More drum assembly. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to do a very important thing. That's your bleed hole. There you go. There's one. Yes, sir. There's two. Yes, sir. Now that we know it works, put it in the unit. You gotta line these holes up facing over here where the bell body pipes are gonna come in for the feeders. Just like this. Ain't that right, buddy? She said, gonna give me a little hand. Just give me that little tap. Make sure she's spinning. Yes, sir, she on, bro. Right here, we check our levels. They're good. They're stuck together. All right. Thick bezel snap ring. Bezel goes to the top. That's gonna hold the low clutch retainer. This facing pretty much this way. Pretty simple. Then right into the groove just like this. Work it in, push it in. Do a little love taps. Push her out just a little bit. Yes, sir, she's on, man. She moves, got me going crazy. God save me, look at my baby. There, boy, you look blue. Forget your ring. The ring goes first. Sits right here just like this. After that, you put your gear in, just like that. And then you got your nut, just like that. Hey, you better have a cycle like this, you're gonna tighten that. You hear me? She's spinning this way, you see? Spinning this way, you just gotta pull up. All right, that's it. I like doing that just to make sure she's spinning, bro, you know what I'm saying? Because if she's tight, there's something wrong. All right, next thing we do is put this plastic in. It's just like this across here. I don't know, y'all remember, these are the ones with the tabs. Gotta be careful with these little tabs. We'll go in just like this. Good God, just like that. Yes, sir. Clean our cover. And paint it so we can put it on. Just from the dealer. Look at that. That right. I'll take the recipe. That's what I do with the rest of my silicone. Simply flip it over like this, sit it down, and she's ready. We gotta spray paint the little cover, cause the boss man gets in his feelings. He said we're not doing our job right. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it look nice. Around here we like to do everything, you know, take our time, make it look as professional as we can. And not just that, we are doing it professionally, so we like to take pride in our work. That's the reason we do it. We do this the way we do it and actually take the time to paint it and take pride in our presentation as well as the way we build our transmissions. She's on. So right now what we're gonna do is let the paint dry for a little bit, then we're gonna flip it over and start putting together the front section of the 62 TE. We'll be back in a little bit. We're gonna install these low reverse clutches. Pay attention to how this case is set up. It has a very mysterious way of putting these in, and you can't mess it up. And what you wanna do is look for the friction that's marked, because this mark is the one that's gonna start the race. See that? That means it sits down there. That piston's there. So then we look for the way it's gonna sit. We have a 1 notch. You see this 1 notch? It sits on the 1 notch in here specifically, and you just drop, boom, just like that. You see that? And you just drop the clutch in. Remember, you got the 1 notch. Look for that 1 notch. And then you got the drop in. Check your level. Make sure you're on, right there. Alright, next thing we got is this thin snap ring that goes in. It's very thin. I'll show you the reason being why. Just a little bit, if you give me a fine second. There she is. pressure plate that goes right before this thick bezel snap ring. You see how we have these heat marks? I'm gonna clean this up before we drop it in. I'll be back. Cleaned up. Now we're going in. Thick part goes up, thin part goes down. I got some round spot up here anyway. You can't fuck it up. You see how? And this is square. Has a step goes down. Same thing, same concept. Big square. There we go. Boom, there she go. Snap ring bezel facing up. Alright. What we got next here is a 2-4 clutch hub. 2-4 clutch hub going in. What we're gonna do before we install this is we're gonna install our 2-4 clutches. We'll be back. Let me get that assembled. This one, you gotta make sure you get your guide in over here on the side first. I like to put the feed tubes by themselves so I don't have a hard time putting the bell body in. Guide it in like this, guys. Work it till it goes in the tracks. Remember, nothing on these transmissions is forcefully. If it goes in forcefully, then you're doing something wrong. I'm professional. I don't do anything on the job till I'm finished. Look at me. Not for real though. Hey everybody, dealing with DLT transmission. We're finishing up the day. At the end of the day, what we're doing is putting on the bell body. We're just finished assembling the bell body and the 62 TP and installing it. All we have left is put on the side cover that covers the bell body and the undercover where the filter goes. We're probably just gonna put the side cover on for right now for the bell body. We're missing the filter right now, so we'll do that tomorrow. I'll show you that part tomorrow. Right now we're gonna just clean up the cover for the bell body section, install that, and leave it prepared for the morning so I can just install the filter and my guy can put it in the truck. Alright, we're back.
The next day.